The talking, nagging, lucha watching, puro viewing, indie supporting, drinking, cursing, son of a gun of a podcast. Join former pro wrestler and promoter Dave Dynasty and co-host Ike Isaacs as they talk wrestling and interview those within the business, bringing positivity back to pro wrestling. This is the Dave Dynasty Show.
And welcome to the Dave Dynasty Show. This is your host, Dave Dynasty. Thank you for joining us in this bonus episode, the third installment of our Legends of Indiana Wrestling. Today we will interview El Bracero, a star in Dick the Bruiser's WWA. And he's got lots of great stories to tell about Bruiser and many other stars. He's wrestled about everybody there is in the business. Great interview. We're going to get right to it. Check us out at davedynasty.com. That is our website that has all the links to social media, has all the links to all of our sponsors, our affiliate links. Everything you need is right there at davedynasty.com. And you can feel free to give us any feedback. You can email us at dave@davedynasty.com. Or the best way to hit us up is on Twitter at the Dave Dynasty. Make sure you share this episode. Help preserve the history of Indiana wrestling. Some of the forgotten heroes that just don't get the attention they deserve anymore. Guys like El Bracero. Let's get right to that interview. My co-host Ike Isaacs conducted this interview. Let's get right to it. Legends of Indiana Wrestling with El Bracero. Enjoy.
And welcome back to the Dave. I am your custom producer, Ike Isaacs, and today I am on with yet again a name that kind of stands out to many. El Bracero, Jose Martinez. How are we doing today, man? Pretty good. Absolutely.
I'm pretty good.
All right.
Pretty
well,
good.
of course, thank you for
still
coming on here. And for those of you who don't know, Jose is was a talent, and he's kind of a legend of sorts. A lot of people know him, and we'll obviously get to know him a little more throughout the interview. So just you put on your listening ears and get ready to do this. So, Jose, where are you from?
I'm from Mexico City.
Okay. So then that's where you grew up. What was your childhood like? Did you play any sports?
Yeah, every sport you can mention, I was on it.
Oh, wow.
You know, wrestling, boxing, ice skating.
Absolutely,
you name
pretty
it.
avid kid. Favorite sport when you were younger?
Practically it was like a wrestling,
Yeah.
because I grew up in the gyms, I visited a lot of gyms, and I saw wrestling going on. So in boxing, I started practice first boxing, and I said, no, that's not for me, and I went to the wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. So, growing up in Mexico, I'm sure wrestling was a lot different in the United States. So, what are your... Go ahead.
Well,
I didn't know what your first memories of wrestling were.
Yeah, go ahead. Well, when I started, I was on the Mexican Olympic team in 1968 in the Mexican Olympics, and from there I turned professional.
Yeah.
That took me to be a professional.
Okay.
And then I turned professional in 1970. That was my first match in Mexico City.
Okay. So, have you ever watched professional wrestling as a child, like WF or any, Mexican Wrestler Libre at all?
Lately?
Yeah.
Or before?
When you were when you were younger.
Oh yes, I was watching. I was living in Mexico City.
Yeah.
I don't come here to 1972. I come to the United States, and then I wrestled here for NWA and one of the promoters, Dick the Bruiser and Wilbur Snyder.
Okay. Did you? I think the question was did you ever watch wrestling when you were younger, or was like professional wrestling?
Yeah. Yes, I was watching wrestling when I was here in Mexico. The thing is, in Mexico, there was no televised, so we had to go to the live shows.
Do you have any favorite
Professional wrestling,
favorite talent as a child?
Oh, yes, was a lot of people that was wearing masks. You know, in Mexico is real popular. People that go wearing masks, you know, and it's like idols, you know. And that's the way you start to doing things with wrestling, you know.
Absolutely.
Always you want to be the man,
Yeah.
you know, and the ring.
So, you can mention you were you wrestled. You did well. It's considered amateur wrestling, but you did that first before you became a professional wrestler.
Yeah, correct.
When did you start training to become a professional wrestler?
Well, after they see me in the Olympics, you know, I was on the Olympic team, and I turn around and I go to the gyms to all the professionals that was training, and I start getting involved in, you know, and I start wrestling with the big-time wrestlers and professionals in Mexico City, and it's, I get involved, you know.
Yeah.
It's different professional and amateur. So I was beating the big-time wrestlers,
but
you
who
know.
trained you? Is the specific person that you ended up being?
Yeah, I was the name was the Tiger, one of the top wrestlers. You know, he was real. He was my teacher, the one who showed me and teach me a lot. You know, all what I am right now is I owe to that person. You know,
Yeah.
I learned from him a lot.
So, probably when you were being trained, they probably told you that, you know, people think wrestling isn't scripted. People don't know that this is a story, you know. People, you know, back then people still believed in kayfabe. So, how much of that was taught to you?
Well, you know, you find it out when you on the thing. You know, you find a lot of things that it was not fake. There was something. It's a lot of things that's for real. You know how forward.
Yeah.
You know. It's you have to follow, and then you got to. That's the way you find a lot of respect for the sport. You know, for wrestling, because it's not just easy. It's not just go there and do it. No, it's you have to learn first how to do it, and then when you become as a professional, not just any type of wrestler, you become a professional.
Yeah.
You know.
So did they tell you that, you know, that it wasn't a work? It was this is not like. Did they ever tell you that this is scripted? You know, this is kayfabe. Was that like something they instilled into you, that it was like a fear of breaking that story?
Yeah, they never tell me nothing. You know, they don't even want to teach me. You know, they want to teach the real thing.
Yeah.
You know, but over the years, you know, you find over the time you find it out yourself.
Okay.
There wasn't. It's a work. It's an art.
Yeah.
You know how to do it. You know how you're supposed to learn how to hold. You know, and everything. All the out you go out the ring, all the flips, everything has got to be perfect. You lane the wrong way, you done.
Yeah.
You know,
You break something, you end your own life, even, you know, if you land the wrong way. So. So we kind of, you know, your training, who trained you, and kind of how it was. But when did you make your wrestling debut? When was your first match?
Well, I went to the big promoter. You know, somebody took me to the big promoter in Mexico City. They see me, you know, say, well, we got to have a test on you. You know, they took me to the ring, wrestle with one of the top wrestlers. You know.
Yeah.
And then I put him a good fight. You know, everything between amateur and professional in combination. You know. And they was pretty surprised. So I got my chance right away. As soon as they saw me, you know, they said, well, get in the shower, and we went for you over there at the office. So I get the shower, you know, and come downstairs to the office, and come and the beginning of the week, see what we got for you. And then I went there, Monday, and then there's a whole bunch of papers there. You go ahead and sign it. I said, well, I don't know what they was talking about, It was some kind of contract. Then when I gave him a chance, I got 4 matches on 1 week. For a beginner,
Yeah.
It was pretty good,
That's-
It was pretty good. I guess I was lucky or whatever, When I made my test against another wrestler, I was on it,
Yeah.
I was defending myself, and I was showing what I know, what I am. And thanks to that, it helped me a lot. Because over that, a lot of professionals, I get my respect right away. And I was real young. But no, I don't want nobody was pushing me around. You know what I mean? Because I know how I was defending myself then.
Yeah.
Because the amateurs, the wrestling,
Absolutely. So we kind of talked about. So we kind of talked about.
Excuse me?
Your debut in Mexico and how you kind of got into it initially, but obviously you moved to the U.S. as we kind of spoke on a little bit. What was your first match in the United States?
I came over here in 1972, and then somebody introduced me with Dick Bracero, and they saw me, by then I bring some magazines from Mexico and pictures, with some matches. And in the beginning, I was some kind of small. I had to prove it who I was,
Yeah.
And then, they give me a shot over there. They told me you had to go to the Detroit, Michigan. Somebody told me they had to go to Detroit, Michigan. I said, where is that? I don't even speak the language, nothing, I said, okay. So don't worry. They took me. Said, somebody's going to take you and bring you back, And my first match over the United States was in 1972 at the Olympia, Detroit, Michigan, the Olympia Stadium. What was Olympia Arena?
Okay.
In Detroit, Michigan. I wrestled against Pretty Boy Bobby Heenan. That was
Really?
my first match. It was a big time.
Yeah,
The number one in the country then. So after
Yeah.
it was a big name then. He was a big name all the way anyway. But then he was, I wrestled him, and they saw me my match against him and everything. So I was hired for the next 30 years after that match.
Yes. Wow, that's actually, that's obviously that I didn't know. So you were known in the Midwest primarily as El Bracero.
Yes,
what other names
it was
did
a
you
big
wrestle?
thing for me because I just wrestled that said Jose Martinez, and they changed it to El Bracero. They changed El Bracero after when I went to the work for the up north of Michigan, in Ohio for working for the Sheik.
Okay.
And they changed the name El Bracero because by that time I wrestled in Toledo, Ohio, and there was a lot of immigrants over there working in the for season, in the fields, and they call it Bracero. Bracero means they was the migrant workers,
Okay.
the ones that come for the season to work in the outside.
Yeah.
And they call me you El Bracero. I say, okay, I say, excuse me. Say, are you El Bracero? Okay, no problem, And the way El Bracero was made because it was a lot of Mexican people around Michigan, Ohio, even Canada. So they changed my name El Bracero. I say, okay, and then after I come back over here and on the south, I was Jose El Bracero, and then they changed it just El Bracero,
Definitely.
make it short.
So we kind of already talked about it a bit. So like you said, 80s when you got over to the States and you we went up to Mid to do some stuff, but you also wrestled and worked for Dick the Bruiser. So what was it like being under him and working with him?
Yes, I was working for him. You know, he was a promoter over here in the. Like before, there used to be like territories. You know, the area, and everybody was respecting their own territory. Like on this part right here, it was Indiana and Illinois and San Luis, Missouri. There was NWA. There was 3 promoters: Ben Gagne, Victor Brusso, and Pedro Cano in the south. That was one territory, you know.
Yeah.
And then the another territory was like Ohio and Michigan. It was the Chic. Eddie Farhat, you know, the Chic.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
So he owns the territory. So I was working for them. I was back for. And then from there I moved. They sent me to another territory, Atlanta. That was Jim Burnett, the promoter, the big top wrestlers that was there. Everybody wants to go to that territory because there was a big money there, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what it was all about. But yeah, before they go by territories, everybody wants to respect their own territory, you know.
Yeah, because back in the day, you know, if you for a specific promoter base, I mean, you belonged to the promoter. You didn't really side of that, yeah.
Well, you don't even have to because it was a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know, you was busy all the time, so you got no chance. The reason you go, they loan you to somebody, say, let me have a Bracero, you know, the time you can go nowhere because you was steady. You wrestle pretty much every day, every night. But we was wrestle almost every night, you know.
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, WWE, where you wrestled under Dick the Bruiser as the promoter, was a who's who of Midwest like wrestling legends. So many names came through there. Tell us some stories about some of the more notable guys you worked there.
Well, when I got here, there was Bobby Heenan, the Moose Sholak, Bobo Brazil, Cowboy Bob Alice, the Mulligans, Blackjack Lanza or Blackjack Mulligan.
Yeah.
Axe Baker, Baron Rusky, German guy. It was a lot of big names. It was a lot of big names over here when I was here. Yes.
Definitely. So, people also, every time we do one of these talk about Midwest legends and stuff, people always want to know, do you ever cross paths with Scott Steiner?
Yes.
So,
yes. Yeah, he started over here in Indiana, I think. He started with the Bruce,
yeah, if I'm not mistaken. Well, because I remember.
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, because I remember talking to. We actually interviewed Bobo Brazil Jr. not too long ago, and he had stories about Scott Steiner because he was there when he was getting trained. So we don't know if you have any interesting stories about Steiner.
Not really. You know, we was. I don't know from what school he come in. You know, but he was. He got a nice body. You know, he was a good worker. You know, and he was likable with all the boys. You know.
Yeah.
So we always have a good time. He was no out of this place. You know, he was okay. To me, he was okay.
Okay. Fair enough.
As a friend, you know, as a wrestler, he was good. And then he moved to I believe south to wrestle in Atlanta, I think. He met his brother. No, he's got a brother too, right?
Yeah, Steiner brothers. They I can't remember his brother now.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So,
I remember him.
You mentioned you talked about how you Detroit with Sheik and you wrestled WWE under Dick Bruiser, of course. And I don't know if you mentioned or not, but you also worked at ICW for Angelo Poffo. So,
oh yeah.
What was like working there?
It was good because I was on top all over they was running Kentucky and all over Kentucky and Missouri. It was pretty good promotion. I was wrestled against Macho Man almost every night, you know.
You wrestled Randy Savage.
Yes, very nice. Yeah.
Do you have an interesting Randy Savage stories?
Oh yes. Well, when I started wrestling in Ohio, working for the Sheik, he was in the first match. So that means when I was in the main event, he was on the first match. His name was Randy Savage, and after that, you know, they put their own promotion there for ICW over there in Kentucky, and from there he went to the WWF. He got his big name, you know, big break. I wrestled him. We lived together for a while. We were working for the Sheik. We was traveling every night together. Him, his father, and his brother Lenny Pafo.
Wow.
Actually, they're pretty friends. We was pretty good friends, you know.
So then, when he moved on to WE, were you around when he made that transition up?
Oh yes, I went a few times to working for WWF, but then they want me to sign a contract, you know, WWF, and they offered me good money, but they offered me only 1 year. I requested it for 5 years, and they don't want to. I said, well, thank you very much. I'm not interested, you know.
Yeah. So then, were you there when? Did you see any other talent wrestle alongside you move into the WWF? Did you ever see anybody else move on?
Well, yes, very few people went there. Don't take me wrong. I wrestled with the big names. I wrestled with Jesse the Barry Ventura. I wrestled him, you know.
Yeah.
I wrestled against Ken Pantera. You remember him, Ken Pantera?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ken Pantera, so Nacho Boy, Ric Flair, you name it. I wrestled the very top boys in the business in the country.
Yeah,
you know.
So obviously, you have a very large resume. I mean, you have so many names on your list of people you've wrestled with that it's obviously impressive. But obviously, a career comes to an end. When did you retire?
Well, I retired because when Dick passed away, you know, and then they give out the territories, and like I say, WWF, they want me to go wrestle for them, but they offered me only 1 year, and I decided, no, I'm trying to travel, you know, and everything, so I decided to quit. I wrestle here, there, wherever I can go, and come back on the same night. I was doing it. Other than that, but no, I turned it down, you know.
Yeah.
It's been for a while, maybe like 15 years ago. I decided, that's it. I'm done, you know.
Absolutely. Well, you've been a mainstay in Midwest wrestling. Like I said earlier, people should know your name, obviously, because you've done so much. But what's your greatest memory of all time?
It was a lot of memories because I wrestled, like I say, I was nobody, and I was wrestled the top boys in the country, you know, the real top wrestlers in the country.
Yeah.
So we was traveling together. I was on my way to Japan, and they stopped me over Hawaii. And by that time, Peter Maivia, the promoter, was there. Rocky Johnson sent me there. You know, the Rock's father, Rocky Johnson.
Yeah. You, Brooke Johnson.
He sent me, so you got to go work for my father-in-law. You know, saying go from there, you go to Japan. So I went to Hawaii, and all the guys was go WWF. They are supposed to stop by restaurant in Hawaii and get Japan, and the way back to United States, they stop wrestlers again in Hawaii. So I was stuck there for 8 months in Hawaii. They don't let me go. They don't let me go. They need me there. I said, why? You know? Yeah. And I was supposed to be only for 2 months.
Oh, wow.
And I say 2 more months. There was 8 months. So by that time, I said, well, you ready to go to Japan? I said, no, I want to go home. I'm tired. I call home United States, back to Indianapolis. Yeah, they said, you ready to go to Japan? I said, no, forget Japan. I have enough. So, yeah, I was ready. All the WWF guys, you name it.
Wow.
I was making tag team with the Andre the Giant, the Samoans, Saf and Sika, you name it. All the top wrestlers, Tito Santana, Adriana Danis.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Yeah.
Adriana Danis.
Yeah, that's
that guy.
Like I said, there's so many names.
You name it.
Yeah.
I wrestled there. The guy, the guy with the 2x4. What was his name? WWF. The one who was using the 2x4.
Oh, Jim Duggan.
Jim Duggan. Jim
Duggan.
Yeah, Jim Duggan. And he was wearing a mask over there in Hawaii.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan wearing a mask in Hawaii.
Yeah, he was wearing a mask in Hawaii, and then we was friends there, and we was a good friends there. I mean, like I say, as a friends, we was okay. The guy, John Jack Dog, same thing, traveled along together. Ricky Steamboat, Ricky Romero. I can go on and on.
I mean, it's incredible because, like you said, there's so many names. Like, you keep naming them off, and I'm like, wow, he's just like, it's blowing my mind just a little bit.
Yeah, it was a lot of names, but the thing is, nobody was doing what I was doing, my acrobatic wrestling, my flips and all the stuff, walking the top rope. I was the only one, so therefore I was hiring everywhere, Nobody was doing what I was doing, so that was part of my career,
Yeah.
The good thing, nobody was doing what I was doing, flipping from the top rope, all the way outside to the ring, and make up cartwheels in the ring, walking the top rope, flipping back, So nobody was doing so.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think also due to the fact that you were trained probably differently as these guys are trained. I think you're probably trained better in a lot of senses.
Well, it's right before when they see me the first time, I was hiring right away,
Yeah.
I remember the Olympia Arena. Everybody was on the feet, watching things they never see it before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I finished my match with Bobby Heenan, all the boys, hey, congratulations, man. How you learn things? How you do this? How you do that? I said, well, it's a lot of training, a lot of practice,
Yeah, it's not something overnight.
I used to have a walking the top rope and flying, giving a headbutt. So I was the only one walking the top rope. And all the promoters, they know about it. And if I was in Chicago, they sent me to Portland, Oregon. Now this is the guy who walked top rope. We were in walking the top rope because it was something new for the fans,
Yeah.
And then they used to tell me, the promoter, say, make sure before your match is over, walk in the top rope. I said, okay, so that's what you want. You got it, They fly me all over just to see this Bracero walking the top rope and flying all over.
Well, there was not a lot of people doing that, so you were a hot commodity.
It was nobody. They changed my name here in Detroit. They said they called me the Supermax. I was the Supermax. Bracero, the Supermax.
Oh gosh.
I was doing all the flying things, all the acrobatics, all the things I learned,
Yeah.
when I started. So nobody was doing here. Make a flip, the top rope and climb my feet. Done it before, and people stand up. The hell, how you do that? Even Even the boys say, "How you do that, Jose?" You know, they can figure it out. You know, so that was hard to explain it.
I mean,
That's the way I learned it, you know.
yeah. So, people, on your resume, you have so many people you wrestled, you have so much that stuff that you've done wrestling. So when people look at your career overall, what do you hope they take away from it?
Well, over the years, wrestling been changing a lot, A lot of people, they making different, now they fully acrobatics, a lot of flying things, and everything. And people, all the old timers, Unfortunately, a lot of people, they left me already,
Yeah.
Most of my co-workers, they gone. They left me, they passed to another life, Maybe they better there,
Yeah.
Very few, they're still alive. I can count it with my hands,
Yeah.
One hand I count it, but whatever we left,
Yeah.
And I'm one of them because I was very young. I was 21 years old when I came to this country and started wrestling with the big boys. I was 21 years old. So, of course, I was one of the youngest, And everybody, remember, they was almost 300 pounds, and they got like 30, 35, 40 years old. Top of the line, Bobby Heenan was Mr. Bobby Heenan. I wrestled Baron Borowski. He was 40 at least when I met him, When I wrestled against him,
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely think people should take away, the innovator of your time, definitely, I think. And I definitely still think people remember that.
Well, a few people, they, sometimes I see people on the Facebook, they remember me, they send me some programs, That's nice, Because after all, I stopped watching wrestling, I'm like you guys say, I was there, I'm done, and that's it, Nobody told me something about it. I was there, and unfortunately, I'm 66 years old,
Yeah.
But I'm still moving around, Active person,
Yeah,
Now you
absolutely.
sit down. I do. I go to the gym every day, every other day. The day I don't go to the gym, I go play golf, but I do something,
Yeah, absolutely. So we've talked a lot, about obviously if people, again, don't understand you are a mainstay in wrestling, you were a legend. If people don't understand that by now, I think they're not listening. But
Well, the thing,
obviously,
the thing is, the time is gone, All the new generation,
Yeah.
they know only the new people, Like I say, all my contemporaries, friends, they gone, I
Yeah.
remember a lot of friends, all the kids that used to go see me wrestle, they all gone now. And I remember you when I was a little kid. And this guy got a gray already. And they said, I remember you when I was a little kid. I said, you imagine how old he made me feel? I remember when I was a little kid, I used to watch you. Okay,
Yeah. You're just like you're aging me a little there.
Yeah, like I say, I'm 66. I started when I was 21.
Yeah.
It's been for a while. Like I say, most of my friends they gone. So I went to the cauliflower deal over there in Las Vegas. They make every year. You know about it?
I'm not sure.
The reunion they make every year in Las Vegas. The fan club. They call it the cauliflower alley.
Okay.
And a lot of times they're there, but the last time I went to Las Vegas for the convention. I saw only Harley Race, Terry Funk, and a couple of more guys. I saw there, what's his name? I saw Mando Guerrero. I saw Dr. Jerry Graham there. I saw Scott Romer, he went there. So 4 or 5 people that that's it. And Harley Race, he was in the wheelchair already,
Yeah.
He was one of the top wrestlers in the country. I remember him,
Yeah. Well, so then you mentioned a name there. You mentioned Scott Romer. we actually interviewed him not too long ago. Do you have any interesting stories about you and him?
Good friends, you know. I went to his wedding when he married Big the Bruce's daughter. We traveled together, you know.
Yeah. Wow.
We get in touch. We were in Vegas at the convention. The one I told you about it. We worked there. And
yeah.
We keep in touch once in a while over the phone, the face, you know, the Facebook. We're okay. Well, like I say, he was one of the youngest too. You know, he's a real young guy. I mean, he's not young, but he's got to be at least 60 right now. You know.
Yeah. So another kind of quick question before we move on here. You know, when I talked to Scott, he mentioned, you know, he was around during the he kind of covered some of the stuff in Texas during the Von Erich era.
Yes.
Did you wrestle in Texas at all?
When I left Atlanta territory, then to Texas territory, I was working for Prince Von Erich.
Okay.
I worked with it. Yeah. I stayed almost a year. I was teaming with Rocky Johnson over there. The Rock's father, Rocky Johnson.
Yeah.
We was teaming, yeah. And the top names when I was there, it was Alfred Hayes. You know Alfred Hayes?
Yeah.
What's his name? The guy from England was. Mundo. J.J. Dillon, he was there.
Okay.
A lot of top wrestlers was there. Billy Graham was there too. Billy Graham.
Okay. Yeah. Did you ever wrestle any of the Von Erichs down there when you were in Texas territory?
They was learning wrestling. One of them. Even the father, Fritz Von Erich, asked me a couple of times to go to the gym and train with his boys.
Okay.
Yes, I trained, and then 5-6 years later, I come back to that territory, and I knew I already was wrestling. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I trained, and what was the name? I think was Eric.
Yeah, the Von Erichs. Yeah.
Yeah, I trained one of them. They was a kid.
Yeah.
When I met him, yeah.
So then when you came back, they were probably all started wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wrestled there for a while, yeah. I was wrestling that territory all over Texas, and then they after that, they sent me to West Texas, working for the Funks.
Okay.
The Funk was running the north side of Texas. You know, they were the territory.
I got you.
I've been around, my friend.
Yeah.
I
say you've been all over. I say you're dropping names like Sheik and Von Erich and the Funks and I mean the Bruisers. I mean that's just. I mean again, I think that's just adding to your record there. I mean it's just incredible.
Yeah.
So, you know, now that you're retired, I don't know if you still watch wrestling at all, but what are your opinions of this modern style of wrestling?
Well, it's a lot of different, you know. Sometimes I look like it's some kind of rock and roll stuff, you know. But they do a lot of dangerous things, you know. They don't protect themselves. They don't care. A lot of people have been dying lately. A lot of people get hurt, and that's it, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they do things, get hurt. The only bad thing about it, the promoter don't back him up. They don't support him. You know, you get hurt today, and you done today. That's it.
Yeah.
And it's not worth it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's not worth it.
I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, you get hurt, and then Independence now, and it's pretty much done. I mean, you don't really get a second chance.
I remember when the Casson Jr. worked for WWF.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jr. What was his name? The Hillbilly Jr. or the Hillbilly Farmer. What was his name?
I know who you're talking about, but I do not remember
One
his
guy
name.
was from Indiana, I think. He teamed up Casson Jr. teaming with a Hillbilly John, or what was his name? The big time wrestler there in WWF. I remember he broke his leg, and he was making big money, and boom, he broke his leg. That's it. He's done. They fire him. Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
You don't make sense. He got fired. He got hurt, and he got fired. Adios, amigo. You know?
It's like, done to you.
Yeah, it was. And, you know, the guy was making big money, and next day he's fired. Why? Because he got hurt. It don't make sense, but that's the way it was.
Yeah. So then, you know, obviously you live in, like you said, you live in Indianapolis, right? Is that where you live now?
I live now in Indianapolis, yeah.
Okay. So, so you know, I mean, you've probably seen some shows in the Midwest. Do you know any of young guys that you think are the future of wrestling, perhaps, that you've seen wrestle?
Well, I see him in the Facebook. Some they put some makes on, but you know, they're not. They don't even look like a wrestlers. You know, first of all, you know what I mean. They don't even look like a wrestler. So it's how you gonna convince the people? How you gonna tell the people that you are a gladiator? It's not.
Yeah.
Little kids in the ring. You know, they still like kids. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of them are really young.
They are so okay, you know. Like as time goes by, time is gone, you know. It's another time, you know. It's a time for everybody, I guess, you know. But I believe wrestling lately it's been down.
Yeah.
For the same reason, you know. The same reason that there's no good wrestlers anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe because anybody wants to be a wrestler. They don't even. The thing is, they don't even look like a wrestlers, you know.
Yeah.
How are you going to convince the people that you are a wrestler?
Yeah, definitely.
No way.
Yeah, I definitely think that the image changed a lot. You know, a lot of people had an image, you know, back in the older times of wrestling, and it's like I think now it's easier to become a wrestler, and there's not as much kayfabe as there was. So it's like you don't have to have a story to be a wrestler, I don't think.
No, they trained in a couple of days, and that was they put him to the ring, and that's it. You know, the guy he thinks he's a wrestler, and they get his head, you know, and nobody, you know, that's when I started. The crowd, 10 people, you know, how they survive, how the props, you know. I can't figure it out.
I know. So, first of all, I just want to thank you so much for coming on here and talking to me, Jose. It's been a legitimate honor having you on here and just let me pick your brain. So thank you so much, first of all.
Anytime, my friend, you know. I'd be glad to do it anytime also, you want it, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody called me, if I can have an interview, I say, why not, you know. I come with my stories, you know, all the true stories, nothing fake, you know. Because I live on those things, you know. I remember we traveled with the big names, you know, rest of the top names. I've been, you name it.
So
there's nothing
do you have any social media like a Facebook or an Instagram that friends, fans can follow you and like see how you're doing and stuff?
Yes, I have. I'm on the face. I go by Jose, my real name, Jose Ilicia, you know.
Okay.
And sometimes when I make a comment, so they get into, you know, the wrestling. Somebody make a comment or something, and I've been finding a lot of people like that. A lot of people know me, you know.
Absolutely.
A lot of guys from a long time, you know, and what's his name?
I think I know who you're talking about, but I don't think I know his name. What was his name?
A lot of people, they follow wrestling, they promote wrestling, you know, they steal a fence. They tell her who's wrestling where, you know, they put old pictures from wrestlers, you know.
Yeah.
Even the curious thing, they put my pictures. Sometimes, you know, say, hey, I don't have the picture, this is me, you know. But people, they dedicate on that, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and sometimes kind of me, you know, a lot of things for me. Like I say, I don't have too many people, too many friends left, you know. They left me. But I'm still here, I guess.
Well, So everybody who's listening, definitely go friend him. You know, if you have memories when you were younger of the shows, post them to him. You know. But thank you so much, Jose.
I put some pictures once in a while. I found it, you know, I put them on, and a lot of likes, a lot of comments, you know. Yeah.
But thank you so much for coming on here. It's been a pleasure. It's been an honor talking to you, honestly.
Okay, no problem. I really appreciate you call, you know.
Absolutely. Although I do have I do have a quick question for you before we get out of here. You know, I'm from Columbus, Indiana, and I had family here years and years and years ago. And Bruiser ran shows here in Columbus at the fairgrounds and armories.
Mm-hmm.
Been having any specific memories about wrestling in Columbus at all?
Yeah, yeah, I've Columbus a lot of times. So many times. The good thing about it was it close from here to Indianapolis. You know, there was
Oh, yeah.
people. You know, because I was on the Armory, I think.
Yeah, the Armory here in Columbus. Or
The fairgrounds. Every year we went to the fairgrounds in Columbus. That was every year. Yeah, I remember. All the little single towns in Indiana. I've been there. I've been there in every gym and every armory. I've been in every fairgrounds. I've been all over.
Well, thank you so much, Jose. Again, I know you thank you, but thank you for not here talking to us. Let me pick your brain. But definitely, everybody, go follow him on social medias. Just follow him. You know, post pictures if you have them. I know a lot of people around here probably have pictures of their shows when they went to younger. But
yes,
But again, thank you so much, Jose. It's been a pleasure.
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.